It was very important for us, especially heading into the conference tournament. So we've been expecting to go all the way, make it to the championship, and that's going to take winning 4 games in 4 days. And, we've been just taking these last 2 wins and running with it.
Ricky, how important was it just for the team's confidence to get some momentum going into postseason, back-to-back games now? The offense has played pretty well. How important was it?
I mean, it was good. I feel like we're starting to pick it back up. Obviously, like Craig said, we need the momentum to go into the conference tournament, and I feel like we accomplished that today.
And Tyson, kind of the same thing, just the importance of a win like this. You talked about just getting good feelings going into the conference tournament. What's kind of your thoughts on that?
We ended the season 2-0, the last week of the season, which is really encouraging. But now we're in the third phase of our season, and now it's 0-0. Nobody has a win, nobody has a loss. So for us, we want to just continue to carry the momentum going down into Fort Worth.
Tyson, not only winning these last 2 games, but the way you guys have won, you feel like you guys are kind of finally playing up to the potential of what you guys can do?
I just think that we're clicking, just clicking at a better frequency than we were earlier in the season. The last couple of weeks, I think the last, week, especially after the Memphis game, I feel like we bounced back really well as a team and, as a staff and just a program altogether. And I think that, in order for us to go down to Fort Worth and do what we intend to do, we needed to play the way that we played these past 2 games. So it's definitely encouraging, but it's something that we have to sustain and elevate. We can't even keep it at the same pace.
Ricky, how do you keep your confidence up? The first half probably didn't go the way you wanted it to with the outside shooting. Second half, I mean, we've seen it a lot of times from you. You just take off the second half. How do you keep your confidence up, like in games when maybe you don't feel like you're playing well in the first half and you just keep it up somehow in the second half?
Honestly, you just gotta keep moving forward. I mean, I shot the ball really well at practice yesterday, and I just thought it was gonna flow into today, and it didn't. So at second half, I just focused on getting to the rim early, and once I saw one go in, then it just started flowing.
I feel like that was really the difference in the second half was that they couldn't guard you guys straight up. I mean, you and Craig both were just going straight to the rim, right?
Yeah, couldn't settle. Like take Craig for example, he usually don't start the game off selling. He get to the rim, get comfortable, get free, and then he'll start maybe shooting threes later. I gotta start doing that more. I started off, I think, just took 3 threes, deep ones too. Now I get into the rim, which is my game. And yeah, when I got to playing my game, then I started flowing.
3 threes.
Craig, you had a stretch there in the second half where the game was kind of getting back into balance. It was around 50-50, and you got like 3 buckets in a row, and the crowd was going crazy. Just talk about the feelings of when the crowd gets behind you guys like that.
My main focus as a player is just doing whatever I can to help us win. So if that's scoring, I'm going to do it. And the crowd, once they get to going, they can really get us going in any game no matter who we play against. So really, I feel like the crowd just took over in that one and helped us a lot.
Did you notice the crowd after that layup block that you had?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I heard everybody. I think I heard my mom yelling my name. So, yeah.
Was she in the arena or she in
Yeah, she's in the arena, yeah.
And for you, like, what kind of sparked that? 3 straight, you just kind of played bully ball. Like, was that just something you finally felt like comfortable attacking, or like what kind of led to that?
I just realized we were going back and forth a little bit, so really I just started looking for my own shot once I realized we couldn't really get a lot of easy looks. And I noticed that there were smaller guards out there, so playing in the post is kind of my game. So really I just do what I stick to, and it was working.
Did you sense that too? Just, I mean, you and Ricky were both just going straight to the rim, and there was really that second half was really just about they couldn't stay in front of you guys.
Yeah, that's when we run our Go series, it's one of our biggest things to run because of how elite we are on the ball and off the ball, and people don't know whether they should switch on to who, and all 3 of us are threats on the ball. So it was just a choice of who they were going to let score on them.
Craig, do you think that's when you guys are at your best, no matter who's getting to the hoop, but just that attacking mentality and being able to get to the rim?
Yeah, definitely, because then it'll start forcing defenses to collapse in, and then that's when we can get our easy looks instead of forcing contested threes. So really that is a big part of our offense, I feel like.
And Tyson, what did you see from these 2 up here with you? in those, when the game was close, it got close again. Seemed like both of them were just, couldn't be stopped going to the rim. What did you see from Ricky and Craig?
I feel like we found an action that was, beneficial for us, and I just like the fact that we didn't go away from it. I like the fact that we stayed the course with that action. I yelled from the bench. I told Craig don't pass the ball because he had a little guard on him. So just see them guys be in attack mode and just stay the course and step up when we need them to step up. We need this game. Like I said to you in Tulsa, we need everybody on our roster in order to do what we want to do. So just the way that they played tonight was exceptional. Craig got his first double-double, which is amazing. Ricky played amazing, got some big-time plays at the rim. So everybody, played a part. Quay gave us great energy off the bench. Joe had a big steal down the stretch. So I feel like everybody played their part today, and that's what helped us come out to get the win, and we're going to need that going into next week.
Yeah, Ricky, I think Joe had the offensive rebound one. I think you had the missed shot. He gets the rebound, kicks it back out to you, and that's when you had that layup. Just talk about that. How big of a spark was that from Joe, and what were you thinking when you caught that ball?
Yeah, I think I took the Forster in the corner because of the shot clock. He got a really strong rebound, which I see every day in practice. He was falling out of bounds, made a perfect pass to me because it almost got stolen, and I just attacked around.
You guys shot 48% of the team, second game in a row, almost 50%. So the shooting percentages are going up the last few games. Do you feel like it's something you're doing differently on offense, or just getting to the rim more, or what can you attribute that to?
I feel like the right players, like I said in Tulsa, the right players are getting the ball at the right time. Ricky was hot tonight, Craig was hot, and we kept going to the high end. I think that's the biggest part, just, continuing to stay the course and just everybody playing with confidence. That's the biggest thing I think as an athlete is to have confidence in what you do. Like Ricky said, he didn't have a great first half, but he had confidence within himself to come back out in the second half and stay the course, and he did that, and that resulted in a great game for him. So I feel like the right people are getting the basketball at the right time, but we're also playing with confidence. It's something that we haven't really played with from a collective for the whole season.
Yeah, Craig, the last two games, the 2-point percentage has gone way up. Finishing inside has gone way up. How encouraging is that going into the games that matter now?
It's big for us because we've been shooting low percentages all year, so really, like we've been doing, just finishing, putting the ball in the hole no matter what it is. That's been a big focus for us, and we've been delivering and showing what we're really capable of. So I'm really happy for us right now.
You also, part of that shooting percentage, it seemed like there was at least 4 or 5, maybe 6 dunks in the second half. Is that kind of a point of emphasis, just putting it through the hole with authority and attacking the basket more?
Yeah, definitely, because we got a lot of athletes who we don't really get a lot of fast breaks. So anytime we can use our athleticism to implement the game, that's what we do, and it showed tonight. This guy is a really good basketball player, man.
And Ricky, what gives you guys the confidence? You got to win four in a row now, 4 straight days. What gives you guys the confidence that this can get done?
Shoot. We all have one common goal to make it to the NCAA tournament, and we can't do that unless we win 4 in 4 days. So we just gotta stay locked in and take one game at a time. Simple.
Tyson, kind of the same deal. What are you guys clinging to? Like, what gives you the the faith that this uphill challenge, but you guys have shown the flashes. So what gives you guys the confidence?
For me, I think it's just like every adverse situation you could possibly see as a basketball team, we've seen it this year. I just feel like the way that we've been able to stay the course, through wins and losses, outside noise, the way that we're able to stay the course, that gives me all the confidence in the world to go down there where everybody has the same record now. It's win or go home. So anybody can be beaten, as we've seen in this conference. So it's just us about clicking all cylinders, being locked into the scouting report, making sure that we're ready to go, and just wanting more than the other team. The coaches preached that this whole week, just about wanting more than the other team. So we're going to have to sustain that and carry that down to Fort Worth, Texas. And, I'm confident in my group, confident in my coaches, and, time will tell what's going to happen with us.
Isaac's outside. We'll get him in here.
I believe.
All right, we got off to a good start. Thought we really executed our system. We ran some plays, got Tyson some wide open shots. We actually ran it back to back, and he got the same wide open shot. All of a sudden, we start turning it over. They start getting baskets in transition. We stopped defending, and they were able to cut the lead to 4. In the second half, They start executing, they start driving the basketball. Our offense, we couldn't really get open looks, so we started to go to that, our offense where we drive the basketball. Porter did a good job of driving it. Ricky did a great job of driving it, and we were able to get to the rim, get some fouls, and make some free throws, and won the game. But overall, thought it was a good effort. Thought we defended early on in the game. Thought we rebounded well today.
Just the importance of putting back-to-back performances like this together. How important is that going into Fort Worth?
Oh, very important. You got to go into the conference tournament with some confidence. And we played against two different teams. Like one team zoned the whole game, the other team pretty much man. And I thought we battled for 40 minutes in each game and were able to come out with the win. But overall, it was a great effort. I thought Ricky was big down the stretch. Porter was big. Tyson was big early. And we had some guys really rebounded well tonight.
Do you think the guys are starting to get that this team's at its best when they're driving and attacking the hole and getting layups and dunks and stuff like that instead of settling for threes?
Yeah, we settled early on. When we first got in the conference, we settled for threes. Tonight, we drove the basketball. I think we had 42 points in the paint, off guys throwing it to Morris and him scoring with his back to the basket or driving it, getting somebody else a layup. And I told certain guys on this team, you need to think 65% of your shots need to come in the paint. The other 35% need to be stationary threes. And we figured that out. We're a pretty good basketball team.
What did you see from Ricky and Craig both were just going straight to the rim, just in attack mode? It seemed like that second half. What kind of sparked that? Was it really just just the game situation that brought that out of them, or is it something that you guys set in a timeout, or what did you see?
It was a play that we run where we try to get those guys isolated to drive the ball. What we wanted to do, I felt like Tristan Newton had it going on offense, and he wasn't having to guard. He was guarding Porter, who was making a pass and cutting through. So their leading scorer had to play no defense, and we wanted to attack him. So we started attacking, and we were able to get to the rim, get some wide open shots, and I thought it affected his offense on the other end.
Ricky kind of struggled early in the second half and then got it going. Why was he able to kind of get things really going in the right direction?
I just told him, I said, Ricky, you just got to value the basketball, man. Don't turn it over. When you don't turn it over, your defense has improved so much. You're one of the best players in this conference. And he started taking care of the basketball. He started driving and attacking. And no doubt in my mind, he should be the sixth man of the year. When he come off the bench, it was like instant offense. And he came in and gave us 20 points tonight and I think 7 rebounds.
And then for you guys, play really well, get a 16-point lead, then same thing we've seen a couple of times. I mean, is that aggravating as the coach to see it still happen, or is it all that matters that you guys won?
Yes, it's very aggravating because if you want to be a good team this year, finish out the season right, you got to play for 40 minutes. You can't have those spurts like that. When you get a 14-point lead, you got to be able to put your foot on the gas, stay solid on defense, and not turn it over. And we just had some slippage, For them to make a run like that, that's just not good basketball. And we got to want it more. We got to value having a lead, know how to defend at a high level, continue to take good shots, and not turn it over. I felt like we turned it over during that stretch, and they were able to get out and get some fast break points.
And for you guys in Fort Worth now, uphill challenge, got to win 4 in 4 days, but what gives you the confidence that this team can do something like that?
Oh, we've won 4 games before. We went on a streak where, we won in Vegas. We went on the road and won 2 in the SEC and the Big 12. We got enough guys in our team in order to do that. We're going to take it 1 game at a time. The first game is always the toughest game. Not sure who we're playing yet, but whoever that is, we got to go out and play for 40 minutes. We got to play the right way. And no matter what, even if we're struggling on offense, we got to defend at a high level. If you defend, you always got a chance to win the basketball game.
Is there any particular points of emphasis on the offensive side of the ball that you're going to take going into Fort Worth to try to execute well on that side?
Yeah, we can't turn it over. We got to value the basketball. We can't give up easy baskets on the other end. You got to value the basketball, not turn it over. You got to take good shots, and you got to play inside out. And I thought we did a better job tonight of playing inside out. I thought the only thing we had trouble with, we had a couple 3-on-1s, and I felt like we settled for threes. We got to take advantage of that. We got to get a layup or get a foul.
And after that Memphis game, I felt like, you know, it was the end of that losing streak. I mean, things could have gone south. For this team to respond the way it did, you know, play 2 pretty good offensive games and get, you know, go 2-0 this week. Were you impressed by just how these kids responded, or have you seen this, you know, so many times that it was what you expected?
This team has great character. You know, as always, when you got good kids around your program, those guys don't start to point fingers. They don't start to listen to outside noise. Those guys come into practice every day. They can take coaching. When we talked about that Memphis game, you know, that film, it stinged a lot. But those guys, you know, they learned from the film. They got better. We had a great practice. We had a great practice yesterday. We were able to get everybody into the game. Those guys, they didn't play a lot of minutes today. They gave us a great practice, and they always help us. And we just got to have that same type of effort this first game. No matter who we play, we got to defend at a high level. We got to rebound and not turn it over. If we can do those 3 things, we got a chance to win every game.